Imagine I knock her out, you know?
Download the AllStar app. Make your picks for UFC fights, challenge your friends, level up and win prizes. Link in description. Get it now.
All right, so Jasmine, the first thing I wanted to talk to you about is OnlyFans, right? Because you have the OnlyFans thing going on. It's a great promotional tool, but whenever I talk to people about it, they always think about the porn stuff. You know what I mean? And I tell them like it's not all porn. It's like it's for anybody to use as a tool for them to make money, right? So talk about like how you utilize it.
Yeah, so exactly what you said. Like, there are a lot of people that use it for, porn and all that, and they sell nudie pictures and like exclusive content. But mine personally, I don't have anything like that. Mine's just like all open. It's just another way for me to engage with like my fans and another outlet for them to see my content, and like they can message me on there, and just another way to communicate.
Yeah, would you recommend it to every fighter? They should start one, right?
Yeah, why not? Like it's just like how you have Instagram, how you have Twitter, how everything. Like it's a great like promotional tool.
Yeah, for sure. And I liked how you kind of like pushed. You're kind of like all in on it as well. You know, you're all in the Instagram. You're all because some fighters they just don't want it at all. It's kind of odd.
Well, I get it though. Like I have somebody that like helps me with it because it's hard. Like it's like a full-time thing. Like doing the videos, doing the editing, like kind of like seeing what trends are going on, and like what's cool and what's not. And so I can understand why a lot of fighters just like don't even want to touch it, but no, I have fun with it.
For sure, and yeah, you definitely have fun with it, and you do have a lot of fans that come on and take advantage, right? And that's what's important, you know what I mean? Because the fans are they're the ones to get you paid.
Yeah, exactly. And like it's so nice to be able to like meet them. And well,
Yeah,
maybe not meet them, but get to know them a little bit, and they get to know me.
and yeah, let's get into why we're here. UFC 279, Priscila Cachoeira, Zombie Girl. Is there a better stylistic matchup for the Canadian fans to have in Toronto?
I mean, I don't think so. I feel like I was blessed, but I feel like the odds are still a little bit crazy. Like to have it's still a fight. I know, I understand I'm the favorite, but like she's still got power. It's still a fight. So I don't know. People. I like that people are giving me a lot of credit, and I want to go out there and do my job and show what's up and say like this is why the odds are what they are. But at the same time, give the girl a little respect.
Well, like there's like different emotions, right? When you're an underdog, you're like driven by being the underdog. You're driven by like people doubting you, and when you're the favorite, you gain confidence from that because people believe in you, right? Is that the way you look at it?
Exactly. And like, how other people feel about it kind of doesn't matter, I'm just going in there and doing my best.
And when you break her down, what do you see?
um you know, she's down to fight. She's not scared. She's not scared to get into any brawls. And I enjoy brawling as well occasionally. So I gotta be aware of that. That's like her, best chance of catching me is in one of those wild exchanges. So I've been working on defense, and looking forward to getting in there.
Yeah, yeah. The she will force the action, right? And she will be very aggressive. And you want the aggression, right? You want somebody to come and fight you rather than you chasing after them and running towards them all the time.
Exactly. Like, I mean, it's obvious that, somebody that runs from me is not something I enjoy. So the fact that she's down to engage, I'm really looking forward to it. And I think we're gonna like have so much more of an entertaining performance because we're both down to go bang.
Yeah, but at the same time, you don't want to get caught up in that too much, right? Too many times because it gives her
Ex-
chances.
Exactly. Yeah.
And she beat Miranda Maverick in her last fight. You beat Miranda Maverick. What do you think about that fight she had and how it played out?
Um, no, Miranda beat her.
Oh, Miranda
I,
beat her. That's right. That's right.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
Miranda
Yeah.
armbarred her.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that that speaks favorably to me. You know, I feel like my wrestling compared to Miranda's or wrestling, you know, I was the stronger wrestler there, and then and her Miranda's wrestling versus Patricia's wrestling. It's, you know what I mean. So I feel like mine compared to Priscilla, not Patricia, Priscilla's. Um, you know, I think that that's gonna really show, and you know, I think that the MMA math never makes sense, but I think it makes sense a little bit.
Yeah, it does. It does a little bit, right? It does. And in your last fight against Tracy Cortez, it was a big moment. You know, when you look back at how that fight materialized, what were some key takeaways from what you saw?
Uh, so that fight, it was like 2 minutes into the round, I broke my orbital, so I couldn't see anything. Like everything was double vision, and so you know that wasn't a great fight. I'm like pissed. I feel like I'm like sour from that fight because it was like super frustrating. Like there's times I'm like literally like this, and then I gotta go in, or like I was like shaking my head all the time. So you know those things where it's like two pictures, you go like this and it makes it to one. If you did that, then I could see like one person kind of thing. So that that fight pisses me off, you know. I feel like I'm sour from that. But you know, nothing fires you up more than like a loss, and I feel like the growth that I had from that fight will like just show more evidently in this fight.
The orbital, how bad was that? Like afterwards, the recovery and all that.
It sucked. So for like, I initially couldn't even fly home. They weren't letting me fly because they didn't know if like the pressure was gonna be messed up or anything like that. And so I ended up having to stay. And my vision was like bad for a while. Initially, it was really bad for like the first probably 4 or 5 days. Like I couldn't drive. I couldn't do anything. It was like that much of double vision. And then, you know, it started healing everything. And then I only had like kind of double vision down here. And then I did like eye exercises and all that, and it got all cleared up. But no, I was very fortunate from what a lot of people are saying about that's had similar breaks. Like I didn't have any damage in my cheekbone. I didn't have like any other damage. It was literally just the orbital. So that's why the vision issue happened. But I was very fortunate with like my eye didn't drop or like all these things I guess that can go on. I got lucky. So I was able to kind of have a quick turnaround and really learn that lesson. Don't take free shots.
Yeah, I've heard that before from a fighter that they broke their orbital and their eye dropped. Like one eye was lower than the other eye. That's scary right there. You don't want to lose an eye.
Seriously, no, there was like, I remember like laying there after the fight. Maybe it was like 3 days later, 4 days later, my vision still wasn't back, and thinking like, "Are you serious? Like, is this gonna be my vision forever?" Like, it was like scary for a little while, but then it all came back, and here we are.
Yeah, for sure. And how difficult is it to sit on a loss between fights?
Oh, it sucks. It feels like it just like weighs on you like so heavy. Um, and yeah, it doesn't like go away. Everyone forgets about it except for you. You're really the only one that just always is on you. But you know, it's good because it motivates you. You know, there's nothing that motivates you more than having that feeling of that loss.
And also as a professional athlete, you're in a unique situation where everything that you do is publicized. That you could Google it. You know what I mean? Other people, they go to work. You're not Googling about what they're doing, right? So they could Google you. But sometimes they don't know what's going on in your life, and they see you like randomly, right? And they're like, "Hey, Jasmine, how you doing? What happened the last fight?" Right? They don't know, and it kind of
Yeah.
reminds you, right? It kind of sucks, right? A little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, your last fight. Like, yeah, I lost. And like, oh, there's always that awkward, like, all right.
Yeah, there is always the awkwardness. And even though you had the loss, you have a great support system at your team, at Niagara top team, and fastest growing team in Canada, man. You guys are making a big waves. Any tweaks you made? You said that left a sour taste in your mouth. Any tweaks? Any additions to the camp or to your training?
Yeah, of course, we're not just like dismissing that fight. Of course, there was mistakes that I made. Like that wasn't the only issue. And so, of course, we've definitely worked on my defense. um, but yeah, it's been awesome. The gym is growing so much, so it's like I didn't have to bring any girls down this time. We've had girls just like moving here, and we've got a lot of like little guys around right now, so I feel like this camp in particular has been awesome for partners.
And in your gym, I've never been there, like actually been there myself, but it's pretty big, right? It's not like a small gym.
No, it's pretty large. It's like a one of those big industrial buildings, and back like way back in the day. Well, not way back, like 20 years ago. It was a flea market, a big flea market, like an indoor one that you could go to, and there was like vendors there. I remember my parents would take me there sometimes. We'd get those garbage pail kid cards, and my dad would let us buy them. But yeah, so then 20 years later, it's our gym now. There's also like a repair shop that's in one portion of it, and I think the guy's like a welder or something in another portion of it. But yeah, it's a cool little spot.
Oh man, so you basically just grew up in your town and you stayed in your town, trained in your town, team is in your town. Everything is just like so comfortable for you.
Honestly, yeah. Like it kind of just like all fell into place. I don't know, maybe I feel like I'm bringing it all to me. I'm I'm very fortunate that I didn't have to go. I did travel a lot while the team was still building. Like we did have to do a lot of like team trips and all that. So it was a collective group. The more that that like our little group built, then we would like bring more people into our little like community, and it just kept on building and building and building, and it just became like a little MMA hotbed. And it just happened to work out that it's in like my home city.
Yeah, and you're the result of it as well. You know what I mean? Like you're showing the positive effects of what you guys built with that team.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. We have a crazy like group, but like the core group that it was is like we'll say like maybe 8 of us or 10, not even 10 of us that would just like get together and have practices. Like it was like we'd find places to do it in the basement of this restaurant had like a little gym, or like at the university had a mat space that we would use. We would do like outdoor workouts, but we would always meet, and like that was our little like team. And like so then we started like building that, and then we got to like a little bit of a gym. The guys opened a gym, and then we had like that, and it's been like building and building. But like it's crazy, the group that we started with, and all of them are like fighting now. Aaron Jeffries, like Matthew Marcantonio, he's a coach. We got Anthony Romero, like these guys are in they're in big organizations, and it was like we all started all at the same time together.
Yeah, yeah, it's great to see. And this fight coming up, with the zombie girl, she's either lost by submission or decision. She's never been knocked out. Super tough. We know that. What do you see yourself doing to Cachoeira?
Imagine I knock her out,
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
I don't think the zombie girl's gonna knocked out, but we'll see. No, I see me finishing her. I don't get paid by the hour. I maybe I go to decision. I'm just gonna go out there and try my hardest, try to beat the hell out of this girl, and we'll let the chips fall where they may. But I'm gonna be looking for that finish.
That's the best strategy, right? Beat the hell out of her and see what happens.
Yeah.
uh, a couple more questions. The flyweight division, it's hot, right now, but at the top, it's kind of stagnant. You know what I mean? You had that rematch that ended in a draw between Grasso and Shevchenko. Would you rather see the trilogy, or should Grasso fight the winner of maybe Furiat Blanchfield?
Um, yeah, probably fight the winner. Like, let's shake it up a little bit more. I think fight the winner of the two.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
So Shevchenko should go fight somebody since she had her chance, right? The rematch was her chance, you know. So
Yeah,
move on.
yeah. Give somebody else an opportunity. Like I get it. I want to see the trilogy as well, but let's give someone else a shot too.
Yeah, sometimes it gets too stagnant, right? Sometimes we get obsessed with these like rematches and trilogies, and we saw what is it, Brandon Moreno and Figueiredo fight 4 times. It's just like, some people are not into that.
Yeah, yeah. No, and it's cool. Like I love a trilogy, but also, I mean, either way, I'm gonna be happy. But
Well, I guess as a fighter that's coming up in the division, or if you're a contender, it's not something that you want to see because you want to be in that spot. I mean, you want to
yeah,
be fighting for the
exactly.
title, right?
Yeah.
Um, UFC 297, right? The same night you're fighting the vacant bantamweight title. It seems like Menden Nunez was a champion for like 15 years or something like that, right? Now Pennington is going to fight Silva. How do you see that matchup? I mean, I think it's interesting. Silva, she came out of nowhere, and in the last year has just become, I don't want to say a superstar, but she's become a well-known figure.
Yeah, no, I actually trained with Mayra back at ATT like I don't know a year ago, something ago. She's dynamite, man. I think she's gonna smash. I think she's gonna smash this chick, man. I think yeah, Mayra, she's got good striking, she's got good grappling, and just like you said, like she just blew up within the last year, and I'm looking forward to like big things for her. She's an awesome person. Like I really like her. Yeah, her and her girl Gloria, they're both like solid people.
The all China uh, fight, strawweight fight. Yan versus Zhang
Yeah,
Wei Li. Man,
yeah,
I think a lot of people are gonna underestimate Yan in this fight.
yeah. But I don't know. Whaley's so good. How like
Yeah.
I feel like I'm under the Whaley spell too, thinking of the matchup. But yeah, I maybe I don't know. I'm the worst. I just get excited for fights and I just want to see them play out. I'm bad at picking who's winning.
Do you think we could have like one of those like wild fights just because like they were teammates, they came from the original same team, and not just kind of separated from each other, and now they're
Oh, I
fighting.
didn't know that. I didn't know they
There's
were
a
on the
there's a
same.
lot of backstory to this one. Like it will come out, yeah, eventually.
Oh, that's way more interesting.
Yeah,
Oh, that's uh hmm. Well, looking forward to that one even more now.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. January 20th, UFC 279 in Toronto. What's the drive like from where you live to Toronto?
It's like an hour 15 or something like
Oh
that.
my God, man,
Yeah.
it's just lovely.
Yeah. I was like
Cool.
considering like, do I stay home? Like, do I have to be at the fire hotel? Like, it's nuts.
Yeah. Well, no matter what, I mean, this is a crazy matchup, and you always come out with solid performances. So I'm excited to see the changes you made, and how you can implement them in the fight. Thank you so much for the time.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Always great chatting.